Let's start with the concept of thermoregulation. Control systems operate in organisms to cope with the environmental stresses, including temperature extremes. Adaptation in plants to low and high temperatures. In high temperature, plant denatures the enzymes and damages the metabolism, therefore it harms or kills the plant. Plant use evaporative cooling to manage with high temperature. Hot and dry weather, however, causes water deficiency resulting in closing of stomata. Thus, plants suffer in such conditions. Most plants have adapted to survive in heat stress as the plants of temperate regions face the stress of 40 degrees Celsius and above temperature. The cells of these plants synthesize large quantities of special proteins called heat shock proteins, and these proteins embrace enzymes and other proteins, thus helping to prevent denaturation. Low temperature. In low temperature, the fluidity of the cell membrane is altered because lipids of the membrane become locked into crystalline structures, which affects the transport of the solutes. The structure of the membrane protein is also affected. Plants respond to cold stress by increasing proportion of unsaturated fatty acids, which help membrane to maintain structure at low temperature by preventing crystal formation. This adaptation requires time. Because of this reason, rapid chilling of plants is more stressful than gradual drop in air temperature. Freezing temperature causes ice crystal formation. The confinement of ice crystal formation around cell wall does not affect as badly and plants survive. However, formation of ice crystals within the protoplasm perforates membranes and organelles, hence killing the cells. Plants native to cold regions such as oaks, maples, roses, and other plants have adapted to bring changes in solute composition of the cell, which causes cytosol to supercool without ice formation, although ice crystals may form in the cell walls. Mechanism in animals: body heat, heat gain, and loss. Temperature of an animal depends upon the rate of change of body heat, which in turn depends on the rate of heat of production through metabolic processes and rate of external heat gain and rate of heat loss. This transfer of heat between an animal and its environment is done in numerous ways, principally infrared thermal radiation and direct and reflected sunlight transfer heat into the animal, whereas radiation and evaporation transfer heat out to the environment. Temperature classification of animals. Animals deal with a variation in the thermal characteristics of the environment. There are animals in which body temperature tends to fluctuate more or less with ambient temperature where air or water temperatures are changed. These are poikilothermics terms. All invertebrates, fish, amphibians, and reptiles are considered in this category. The others are exposed to changing air or water temperature to maintain their body temperature and are known as homeotherms and include birds and mammals. Several difficulties arise with this terminology with studies. It is observed that deep sea fishes maintain their body temperature due to constant natural surroundings, and lizards regulate their body temperature, and in constant numerous birds and mammals vary their body temperature. Therefore, a more widely applicable temperature classification scheme is based on the source of heat production. According to this, animals that generate their own body heat through heat production as byproduct during metabolism are endotherms, including flying insects, some fishes, birds, and mammals. Ectotherm is another type which produce metabolic heat at low level and that is also exchanged quickly with the environment, however, absorb heat from the surroundings. Most invertebrates, fish, amphibians, and reptiles are in this category. A third category, heterotherms, is of those animals who are capable of varying degrees of endothermic heat production but generally do not regulate their body temperature within a narrow range. Example is bats and hummingbirds, etc.